Hey Flosstube, it's Amy. Welcome back to Amytiville, the horror show. Um, no makeup, didn't straighten the hair, no apologies, whatever. Hopefully you're stitching and you're not looking at this anyway. Um, this is going to probably be a quick one. Yeah, I know, famous last words. But seriously, there's not very much that I have to show you. But I wanted to come on to do this monthly, like, catch up thing. We have coffee that's cold because, not on purpose, it's just been sitting here forever. But, hot, cold, 3 days old, I'll drink it. Anyway, there's not much to show. I have one whip, and it's the same whip that I've been showing you for, let me check my book, 126 days that I've been working on it. Obviously, it's the Hade. I have two FOs. I have a couple of gifts. I have one plan, um, and an announcement about Stitcher's Coven. So let's get started with this because, yeah, I broke a nail all the way down to the point where you don't want to break a nail. Because why not start your week with broken nail? So yeah, that's not cool. It's not on my stitching hand, so that's good because that really hurt. You ever break it down right there to the quick, like, where you're thinking, oh no, oh no, and you do everything you can to try to save it, but you can't. And then you think, well, maybe I should just cut the rest of them down. No, no, they're too long now. They're too long now for me to do that. So, yeah, it really hurt. Anyway, you're not here to talk about my nails. You're not here to talk about makeup or hair. Are you silently judging me? It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so let's just start with whip, shall we? Because, it's huge and it's right here. And you guys, if you've watched me, you know what I'm working on. If you haven't watched me, this is the first Heaven and Earth designs that I've ever done. Um, I've been pretty obsessed with it. I was in the 100-day Hade challenge. I'm still going because I'm addicted to this. 5 pages are complete. I'm pretty far along on page 6, but it's probably still going to be another couple of weeks before this is done, I'm sure. Because I can't stop napping. That's become a problem. I think it's premenopause. Keep your fingers crossed. I've been hoping for menopause since I was 15. Anyway, so yeah, this is The Witch's Apprentice by Lisa Parker. It is a mini. It doesn't feel like a mini, but it's a mini. Yes, so like I said, I have 5 pages complete. And, yeah, so we're working on page 6, but, this is Amity This is where Amity is. I haven't put any stitches in it yet today, but that will happen. I did all of this stuff, early this morning. Like, early this morning. So, yeah, so we're up on page 6 of this. It's a mini, but it's massive, of this thing. And I love this thing, and I can't quit it. So, that's where we are on that. It kind of fits in with the announcement that I'm going to make, but yeah, maybe I should have done that first, but whatever. I don't plan these things. They just naturally occur. Okay, FOs. I have two. Um, The one I have here, it was for my husband. Um, he cut it down because he wanted to pin it to his work shirt. He's very proud of my stitching because he's an awesome human being, and he wanted to display it on his work shirt. Um, so I had shown in my last video, I think, that I had stitched, was going to be for a 4-year-old, then it was going to be for a 19-year-old. Well, I ended up stitching the 19-year-old something else and still gave the other two things to the 4-year-old. But the one was called Pumpkin Buddy, and it was in the 2012, I think it was 2012 issue, Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch. I think it was in that one. So yeah, I stitched that twice. I'm counting that as 2 finishes because I stitched it twice and kind of got sick of looking at pumpkins. But this is him. This is the one I did for Sean. The one that I did for Savannah has. So yeah, but this I'm counting this as a finish for the year because yep, I stitched it twice. It's finished. So yeah, Sean like sort of safety pinned this to his shirt, and he wore it with much pride. Bless his heart. So there's that. And then we had Samhain. So Primitive Hair freebies on her blog. It's the Sabbath Sow, hashtag Sabbath Sow, hashtag Amy and Michelle do a thing. Yeah, I have to stitch as, you know, as the wheel turns, I stitch the Primitive Hair freebies. So this is Samhain. Now, obviously not the called for. I debated whether or not to stitch the pumpkin in orange. I was, but I was so sick of orange pumpkins because I stitched 2 of them. So I was kind of sick of orange, and so I thought, you know, yeah, let's go with black because black is one of the colors of Samhain. So, you know, she had other things charted. Didn't do that. I've not done that on any of the Primitive Hair freebie charts. I just go with what I have. I just pull out random floss and random fabric and just have at it. I wanted to stitch this on oatmeal. I thought I had all of this oatmeal Aida. I don't. Because why would I? Why would I not wait until the last possible minute to go, oh, I have oatmeal Aida, no problem, and then go to stitch it, and it's like, you don't have oatmeal Aida. You have white. I didn't want to stitch it on white. And then by the time I decided that I wanted to like coffee tea dye it, I just didn't have time for that. So I might still do that. But for now, I mean, I wanted to finish it, so I did. Yeah, this, like I said, nothing is called for except for the black in the pumpkin. The rest of this is done. This is gray for the key and the bottom border and my signature and the little thingies around. And then Samhain is stitched in Trick or Treat by Weeks Dye Works. It's a hot mess here because I used it, but yeah, so there it is. It's Trick or Treat, Weeks Dye Works. I've never stitched with Weeks Dye Works before. This is the only Weeks Dye Works I have. I kind of love the way that it came out on here. I mean, it really, I think it looks pretty groovy. So, yeah. So, that's my other FO. It took a while. This pumpkin is killer. I figured, okay, this isn't going to take that long. Are you kidding me? I can normally do these in, you know, a day's worth of stitching, really no problem. This pumpkin pretty much took the entire day. It shouldn't. It did. And I didn't even have to frog. It took forever. And all y'all who have been stitching it, I know you've been having the same problem. Julie, am I right? Am I right? This pumpkin took forever. So, that was Samhain. The next one coming up is Yule. So we have a little while for that yet. I'm going to make sure that I have the right Ada prior to the day of starting. Because I'm like, yeah, I got oatmeal Ada. No problem. No. Nope, you don't have that, Amy, and you should have looked. Okay, so that's it. Actually, there were two more. I have my list of finishes. I'm on like page 2 of my little notebook. So I have 27 finishes for the year. I'm hoping to get this up to 30, just because it's like a little personal goal. But I did 2 other patterns for Halloween for my daughter, because like I said, I gave the pumpkins to the 4-year-old because they were originally for her. So I stitched Sierra a cat, black cat. That was also out of one of the sorry, the magazines. I think it was the 2017. I know it was a black cat. Well, it was supposed to be a purple cat with a black hat. No, it's an Amity cat, so it was a black cat with a purple hat. And then I just put her name on it, and okay, just stitched on white Ada. And then, because clearly I had plenty of white Ada. And then she had mentioned that maybe she wanted like a ghost, so I said okay. Couldn't find like a good pattern with just a ghost on it. That was small. So I just kind of pulled a ghost out of one pattern, and then that was on black Ada, and it kind of got lost, and you know, it was just too small for the piece that I used. So I went to another pattern and pulled some bats out of that one, and then just put the bats around. It is on my Instagram, same name as here, if you want to follow me there. It's posted there, and it's also on my Facebook, and then it's also, I think, posted in the Stitcher's Coven. I post it everywhere, because when I get done something, I want to share. I'm going to share. So, yeah, so it's there. So if you want to see those, that's where they are. The meow pattern with the cat and the ghost with the bats. So, yeah, we're up to 27 finishes for the year, and it's pretty impressive for me, being that I only ever used to do maybe 4 projects a year, because I did kits, and you know, they take about 3 months to do when I'm working on those specifically. But then Flosstube happened, and many whips. Though I'm only focused on this one at this point. Okay. Gifts. I have a few. In no particular order. I was one of the lucky ones to receive this gorgeous little card from my wonderful, dear witchy friend, Audrey. I love this. So, yep. And I was one of the recipients of Witch's Brew. The floss that she dyed herself, and I love this. I love this. And I know other people have said it, but Audrey, if you do decide that maybe this is something you're interested in doing, I would be interested in you doing it as well. So, I mean, but look at the variegation on that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, I'm going to use this in something special. because why would you not? And yes, so thank you, Audrey. Thank you for including me in that, because I love that. It's beautiful. My other sweet, wonderful, gorgeous friend, Angie from the Hibernation Stitcher. I miss you, Angie. I miss you. But I know that you need your break, so take a break, girl. I'll be patient. She had gotten the Color and Cotton Halloween box. Is that what it was? I don't know. I didn't get it, obviously. The pattern that was in there was the Fate pattern. She stitched it. It's gorgeous. I commented on it. She sent it to me. So I get to stitch this because why would I not want to stitch this? This is amazing. I love everything about it. It is very much me. And I love and adore it. So I'm going to stitch that. And because I also then commented on the needle minder, she decided that, yeah, maybe I should have that too. So she sent me the needle minder because, I mean, I love this. I love this. You guys have seen it. But man, when I saw it, I think when she was working on this project, actually, it was on the project, because why would you not put it with that? And I commented on that, and I was like, you know, I love that pattern. It's gorgeous. And that needle minder, though. So, that needle minder, though, I have it. So thank you, Angie. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to attach this to the pattern. But now that I've shown it, I can use it. Because that's like McKenna's rule, right? And that's sort of like the unspoken, well, no, I guess it has been spoken. I think McKenna has said it. And if McKenna says it, then I guess you gotta do it. Okay, and then yesterday was Saturday, I get a package in the mail with this amazing card. And the thing that I love most about this card is it's velvet right there, you know, and it's bat, and it's Halloween, and it's just everything I love. And this is from my friend Megan, and you guys might know Megan from Instagram as Wide-Eyed Stitching Child. I love her. I met her at the Gettysburg Stitchy meetup that Chris from Crisscross Stitcher, who hasn't done a video in forever, Chris, come on, seriously, but that she sort of organized. And I met Megan there, and we've just basically decided that we're related. We're related. Somehow, some way, we're related. Again, she was stitching up this pattern, and she posted it on Instagram, and I was like, you know, I really love that. And actually, I think it was for my birthday. I had mentioned about maybe doing a birthday stitch along, which I did not do. But Megan decided to kind of do it, and she was like, yeah, when I stitch this, I think of you. So this is like happy birthday to Amy. Yay. Okay, cool. So when she finished it, I was like, yeah, that's badass, and I love it. And she said, okay, and she sent it to me. So this is Blessed Be by Plum Pudding Needle Art. Never had anything by them before, and now I do, and I love this. And I mean, what's not to love about this? This is so beautiful. And if you haven't seen her finish of it, follow her on Instagram, because it's there and it's beautiful. And she sent it to me, and she also sent me fabric to stitch it on, because I would have gone to look for some piece of like oatmeal or something and not had it. So thank you, Megan, for stitching that for my birthday, for thinking of me when you stitched it, for sending it to me, and for just being an amazing, wonderful sister from another sister. And look at the tissue paper that it came wrapped in. I'm never getting rid of this. I'm never getting rid of this. I love this. I mean, you know, when you open a gift and the tissue paper is just as much of a gift as what's wrapped in it, I love this. I would love to have this as wallpaper. Seriously would. I love it. I'm never getting rid of that. Okay, and the other day, my husband, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, my husband works in a grocery store. He works overnight, stuck. And he came home the other morning, because I keep his schedule. That's why I'm up all night and I sleep during the day. It's not because I'm a rock star or anything. It's just because my husband works overnights and I feel guilty sleeping while he's working. I don't expect anybody to understand. That's just me and my weird guilt thing. So he came home the other morning and I was having a not real good day. And I had actually had quite a few of not real good days. And being my husband, he was obviously aware. So he came home and he looked at me and he says, I know this kind of stuff really, really means a lot to you. And you mean a lot to me. And I want to just try to make you happy. Which he does anyway. And he gives me this. And I mean, can you guys read it? Maybe you can't. Hopefully you can. Let's. Can we stick this in here? Will this work? Yeah, that does enough. Witch, please. Love it. And then on the back is a purple witch. Seriously. I love that man. I really do. And again, not just because he buys me things, but because he gives enough of a damn to be like, yeah, she would like this. So I do like it. I like it a whole bunch. He was surprised when I told him I was going to use it because he thought I was just going to, you know, put it around with my things. But no, I'm going to use this. You know, on rare occasions I do drink stuff that's other than coffee. Water, usually. But I don't drink soda. Just Fountain Coke from McDonald's, though. I'll drink that. I'll drink that any day. I don't know why theirs is so much better than everybody else's, but it is, and I don't know why, and maybe it's not, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it is. But I'll drink water out of it. Okay, so that is that for that portion, and we are moving right along, and this is awesome. Okay, so if you guys are not watching Michelle at Romantic Tangle, why are you not watching her? Because every time I see a video from her pop up on my YouTube feed thing, I immediately just stop whatever I'm doing and watch it because I love and adore her. I really, really do, and I think she's great. And there's a part of the brain that she and I share. And one of the main parts that we share is our love for Dimensions kits. That's how I started. Up until just very recently, up until, you know, I mean, I was doing Flosstube. I had just started doing Flosstube, and I was still working on nothing but kits, mainly Dimensions. Well, Michelle loves Dimensions kits too, so she got with me through Messenger on Instagram. I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. Gonna take a drink. and she said, hey, did you kind of maybe want to do a Dimensions stitch along? Yes. There was no hesitation there. Yes, because you know what? I haven't worked on a kit since my, let me look at my trusty little book. It was my second finish of the year, which was Woodland Enchantress, that I called Diana. And that was the last Dimensions kit that I worked on. My first two finishes of the year were Frederick the Literate, my King conversion of that, and Woodland Enchantress. So, you know, I don't have the dates written down on when I finished them, but it was early in the year. So I thought, you know what? Yes, I would love to work on a kit again. So starting on November the 15th, that's just the date that we pulled out of the air, we decided that, yep, we're going to do that. So if any of y'all, I mean, I know Dimensions, a lot of people just can't with Dimensions, and I understand that. But I know that there are a lot of you who do like to stitch those. Michelle and I do. I thought I had so many more kits than I do, but obviously I've done them. But there will be more bought, because in Michelle's last video, she showed her stash of Dimensions. Why have I never bought the petites? Have you seen the one that's called Mourning Lake? Have you seen it? It looks like Camp Crystal Lake. I mean, it looks exactly like Camp... I need it. Okay, I need it. I've already told Sean that's coming. It's going to happen. But I was always one of the go big or go home kit people. So, yeah, that's what I have. But I thought I had a ton more, but obviously I do not. So I was like, okay, well, let me go through what I have and see what I want to do, because, you know, whatever. Dimensions Gold, Dimensions Petites, a stocking, whatever it is that you have that's Dimensions, pull it out. Pull it out. It can be a whip. It can be one of those whips that you got mad at, that you put in the corner for, you know, 5, 6, 7 years and said, nope. Whatever. Pull it out, work on it. We're going to start this on November the 15th. It's going to be open-ended. Because these take a while. This isn't the only things we're going to be working on. You know, so it's open-ended. Work on whatever Dimensions that you got. I think Michelle has narrowed hers down. I think she's chosen, but I don't know that she's set in stone chosen. I have. I'm going to work on this one. Victorian Charm. I originally had ideas a while ago of turning this into like the Addams Family house. I just don't think that I have that kind of energy. I don't have that kind of fabric either. So it's on navy, you know, but there it is, all ready to go. And I really do love this one. That it was going to be on my list of ones that I wanted to do soonish anyway. So yeah, as soon as this came up, I'm like, well, let me go through what I have, and I just kept looking at that one, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with. So it's been a while since I've stitched on navy. What count is this? 18 count. Great. Okay. So 18 count navy. But that's what I'm going to work on for the Dimension Sow. We're just going to call it Dimension Sow. Hashtag it. I'd love to see what everybody's working on. And because I think it reignited my love and my need to want to work on a Dimensions. I forgot how much I really do love them, because I've been so enamored with Haid and with everything else that, yeah, you know. I mean, it was nice this year to bang out a whole bunch of smalls because I didn't work on smalls, clearly. I always worked on the kids, and not the petites. I need Mourning Lake. Um, so, yeah. But I'm kind of excited about getting back into the world of dimensions. So if you want to join in with us, please do. November the 15th, open ended, any dimensions. It can be a whip, it can be a 14-year-old whip, it can be a new start, whichever. Just as long as it's dimensions, it fits. So we're going to do that. My other announcement about a sow. The Stitcher's Coven, my group on Facebook. You've all heard me go on about this. It's the best group on the internet, in my opinion. Yeah. Come join us. Just saying. Anyway, I tend to run sows my usual sow time is every 3 months. Like, they run for 3 months. Starting on September the 1st, we had Horrorween, right? So that was going to run September, October, November. Well, I got to thinking about it, and I mean, I can stitch Halloween all year. I like the dark and twisty and the spooky and, all of that. So I can do that. But I kind of was getting a little antsy to maybe stitch on Christmas things, right? Or at least winter themed things, or gifts for other people for the holidays, stuff like that. And I was thinking about it, and I thought, okay. Some people I know were kind of, I know it's shocking, but people were burnt out stitching Halloween. And, I thought, okay, once November hits, a lot of people are going to want to maybe work on more holiday themed things. So, I mean, I obsessively thought about this, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Seriously? I thought, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to end Horrorween on Halloween. Okay? Like midnight Halloween, over. Starting November 1st. And this is only going to go from November 1st until December 31st. I'm doing what is called thanks gifting. Thanks gifting. And what that entails is, if you are stitching something, I mean, this can still fit into, dark and twisty and Halloween type stuff. I mean, that's cool. That works. I mean, okay. Once you hear the rules, you'll see what I'm saying. Okay. If you're stitching for a gift for the holidays, that counts. If you receive the pattern as a gift, a rack or whatever, that counts. You don't have to give it to anybody. It was given to you, right? Okay. Therefore, that counts. Maybe the pattern wasn't given to you, but maybe the floss was. Maybe the fabric was. Maybe the needle minder was. Maybe the Q-snap was given to you. It doesn't matter. It's something that someone gave to you, thought of you, and, maybe when you're stitching with it, you think of them. Like, I will think of Audrey when I stitch with her floss, and I will think of Megan when I do the chart, and I will think of Angie, and you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Okay. If you bought it and you're stitching it for yourself and you're like, hell no, this is for me, that's a gift to yourself, right? So that counts. This hair, boy, wow. That counts. If your significant other bought it for you, maybe doesn't know they bought it for you, it's a gift, that counts. Did you win it in a giveaway? That counts. Did you adopt a whip? That counts. Anything that you received um, you know, counts. Anything that you're going to give counts. Um, your creativity, your ability to be able to stitch, your time, your talent, your energy, all of that, that's a gift, okay? It really is. It is a gift. And maybe you just want to spend time with that. And you're not going to give it to anybody. And maybe when you're done, it's going to go in a drawer, like mine often do. That time that you're spending to do that, that is a gift that you're giving to yourself. You're giving yourself the gift of time. You're giving yourself the gift of peace. Stabbing fabric because you can't stab your husband or something, you know. Whatever, it's a gift. That counts. This is a sow that's all about gratitude. And yes, we're grateful when people give us things. True. But we're just as happy to be able to sit and stitch, right? I mean, because if you guys are anything like me, and I know that a lot of you are, you kind of have to stitch or you get cranky. Like, for real. Like, you know, that hangry thing. It's kind of the same thing with stitching, right? I mean, I know that if my routine gets thrown off, and I don't really like to use the word routine because my life is a routine. But that time that you get to spend in the peace and quiet and the serenity and whatever, right? You get to sit down and watch a movie or Flosstube or it just quiet. Whatever it is, however you do it, that's a gift that you're giving to yourself. It doesn't have to be a physical thing that someone gave you. It's just the gift of time and energy and talent that you have that counts. So basically the rules are that there are no rules. All I ask is that hashtag the hell out of that, please. So I want to see all of it because, you know, there's your gift to other people. The enabling games are strong, right? Come on. So the hashtag that we're going to use is TSC Thanksgiving. That's it. You don't have to put Sal on the end of it, just TSC, Stitcher's Coven, Thanksgiving. And it's already started. It started November the 1st. It will go until December the 31st. New Sal will be announced probably by mid-December. I'll probably announce the next Sal. We should go back to the normal scheduled programming with the 3-month Sal, but we'll see. Sometimes I just get a wild idea and decide, yep, that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to be working on my Heaven and Earth because it was a gift. Whether I still talk to that person or not, doesn't matter. It was a gift. And the same way with the Dimensions Sal piece. That actually was a gift to me from my husband for a couple of Christmases ago. So, yeah, it works. And then I got the gift of my time because it's a gift. It's a gift to everybody else for me to sit on my butt and stitch. So, that is it. If you have any questions at all about the rules that are no rules, feel free to get with me. You can reach me through the Stitcher's Coven. You can reach me through Instagram. You can reach me through email. I have to start adding my email address down there. I mean, I don't know that anybody uses email anymore. I think it's mostly through social media. Am I right? But, you know, you can feel free to get with me. I've posted about it in the Stitcher's Coven Instagram, and I have posted about it in the group, obviously. I know that a couple of Flosstubers have talked about it, mainly Christine from Stitch All the Things. I could just gush on forever and ever about how much I love Christine. it borders on sickening how much I love her. A very, very special thank you to her, though, because she really has been one of my main cheerleaders since I started the Stitchers Coven. Um, she has been one of the sort of Pied Pipers of bringing people to the group. Um, I can't be more appreciative of all of you who have mentioned the group, who have joined the group, who have started to follow the group's Instagram, have followed me on Instagram, all of that. You don't have to join the group to join in the Sal. Instagram works too. That's why we have hashtags. So, yeah. But thank you, Christine. Thank you. Um, when people join the group, there's 3 questions that you have to answer before you get in there. Easy. They're not like essay questions or anything, not real thought-provoking stuff. But the last question is always, how did you hear about the Stitchers Coven? I'm just interested to know where we're being talked about and who I have to thank, maybe, too, for mentioning. Man, like the response that I get, I heard it from Christine from Stitch All the Things. I heard it from Christine at Stitch All the Things. Wow. So, seriously, thank you, Christine. Thank you to all of you, because, sometimes the answer to that question is Flosstube. I heard it from Flosstube, and I know a lot of you guys are mentioning it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it so, so much, and I really appreciate you guys saying that you love it there, because it is the coolest damn group on Facebook. No offense to the other groups, it's just, I'm a little biased. So, yeah. I, I, I promise that it's a decent place. You don't have to be a witch to belong there. I have gotten some strange responses lately. People going, I don't know what stitching is, but I looked up Coven and I'm interested. There's only one prerequisite for the group, and that is that you have to be a stitcher. Yeah. So, yeah, and if you don't answer the questions, you get declined. Because, and I will look at if there's no stitching at all on your page, if you don't belong to any other stitching groups, I'm a little apprehensive. But, most of you I recognize from other groups or whatever, because, even though my group is the coolest group on Facebook, I still belong to other cool groups on Facebook. And I do recognize a lot of you. I recognize a lot of you from Instagram. So, thank you for being part of that group. The numbers have grown so much in the last month. It's been insane. So I thank you, all of you, for talking about it and spreading the word. Okay, that's enough babbling. That's enough of this face for a while. Okay, gonna go. I said this was gonna be short. It's not. Sorry. Okay, so I will likely check in with you next month. We'll see. It could be next week. I promise, though, that maybe this will be different. Maybe not. Don't know. I make no promises. I can't promise anything. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Why do I always forget to tell you what I've been listening to? I've been listening to podcasts because that's what I do. And then, there was Halloween, so everybody was having Halloween specials. I listened to a lot of true crime, so there was a lot of those. But I've basically been listening to the same stuff constantly. And I can't really pimp out Last Podcast on the Left any more than I do already, but I'm gonna go because they just did a whole series on the West Memphis 3. It's a 3-parter. It was so good. It was so good that I actually listened to each episode twice because it was just so good. They're doing now Peter Curtin. That's a little bit of a brutal one. Um, yeah, they listen to last podcast on the left. Only if you don't offend easily. I've been down this road with y'all before. If that kind of stuff doesn't bother you, and I'm not talking about like blood and guts stuff. I'm talking about like highly offensive material for some people. And it goes deeper than language. Just saying. But they're so amazing. I love them. They're my guys. I can't quit them. I won't quit them. I love them. Um, my favorite murder's been doing a lot of the. I don't listen to the hometowns, and I don't listen to the live episodes. I just don't like them. I just like the regular pod loft episodes. So it's been a while since they did one of those because they are touring right now. But yeah, so there's that. Um, I don't think I've found any new ones recently. I would look at my phone and tell you, but I'm recording this on my phone and I don't remember what I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to so much stuff. I know that a lot of the horror movie podcasts that I listen to are doing episodes about the new Halloween that just came out. I have not seen that yet, so I know there's going to be spoilers, and I don't want that. I kind of just want to be surprised and be happy. So, yeah, I'm kind of had to slack on a couple of those episodes because I just don't want the spoilers. Though I do believe that Good Morning Nancy, which is a horror movie podcast that are is that are it's a horror movie podcast that is hosted by two ladies, Gracie and Abby. I really like it. I really like it, except that Abby says the word yes, but she says it like yes, and I can't. I can't. Small doses only. I can't with that. Thankfully, their episodes are not like very, very long. They just did one on Suspiria, the original Suspiria. So I'm interested to listen to that. Yeah, this got into a whole bunch of podcast nothing because it's pretty much the same stuff I always listen to. Sean and I watched a couple of movies for October Ween. We watched Jason X because he wanted to. It's usually not at the top of my list of ones to watch, but fine, we watched Jason X and we watched Halloween 4, which Halloween 4 is quite good. I like it. It was the introduction of Daniel Harris. So that was pretty good. I didn't hate that one. Did we watch anything else? I missed the Ghost Adventures Halloween special because I heard it was. I mean, I'm glad I missed it because I heard that it was crap. Anyway, last year's was crap. I heard that this one was worse. I only watch it for Zach Bagans' face and arms. I can watch that on mute, and I'm good with it. So, I'm shallow that way, and I'm allowed to be, because why not? Okay, so that's it. That's what I have done. No, I haven't watched The Haunting of Hill House. No, I haven't watched the Sabrina thing. I haven't watched any of that stuff because I don't typically watch TV. So those couple of horror movies were as much as I did. Just not a fan of TV. Okay, enough because it's babble at this point. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I will see you when I see you. I hope that you're all well. And come over to the Stitchers Coven. Follow on Instagram. Do the stuff. Join in the Dimension Cell with Michelle and I. Um, yeah, that's about it for me. God, really? 50 minutes for real? Okay, I'm done. Blessed be y'all.